Madhumita. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good, thank you. I hope you're good too.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay. I'm glad you could join us today for the CITLoB Meet the Member episode.
Okay.
Yeah. So welcome, and I look forward to a wonderful conversation with you.
Please, you're most welcome to hear from me. No problem. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're the founder director of Karthicks, your company.
Yes,
So
I am.
we'd like to hear about your journey. Like I was going through your website and I saw there are a lot of verticals.
Okay.
So we would like to hear about them. We would like to understand how you started the company.
Okay,
And
surely. Yeah. Surely, I will definitely explain to you how I started the company and how I'm going about till today. It has been 27 years professional journey in different verticals, and it has been a very good path for me to really define and configure languages as a source and reaching several destination portals in the industry, starting
Okay.
from language teaching, language interpretation, online interpretation, remote interpretation,
Okay.
and we also teach foreign languages.
Mm-hmm.
And we also do technical interpretation, that is
Mm-hmm.
for the car companies, for major manufacturing machineries and mechanical engineering companies.
Oh,
For
okay.
example, Renault and Nissan, and then
Mm-hmm.
Daimler and other places.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I would say that I was a stenographer in the
Mm-hmm.
beginning when I was 19 years.
Mm-hmm.
And my stenography, I was doing working for Eco Computers and
Mm-hmm.
parallelly doing KLE Law College as a LLB student.
Oh, okay.
Then I traveled to Singapore and have traveled widely with my husband for merchandising of electronic components.
I see. Mm-hmm.
And in this particular thing, I had to travel with him everywhere towards Asia Pacific, Japan,
Mm-hmm.
Singapore, Malaysia, Taiwan, Taipei,
Okay.
China, Shanghai, Guangdong, all these places.
Okay.
So here, the carrying the children and then parallelly looking at my husband's business needed language as a thing, very important factor, because schooling, buying vegetables, going out to the new country, venturing out possibilities, what is available around you. So
Mm-hmm.
these had expected me to learn the language as a great flair.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And talking, I would like to take you in a professional journey for a little bit longer period of minutes, because this has something really got some depth in it, and you can understand how languages help different levels
I
in
see.
the industry right now. That is in this point of time, I think language can be a main source for catering to different types of requirements,
Okay.
starting
Mm-hmm.
from agriculture to any factors, whichever is important.
Okay.
So, and I would say there in Singapore, I was working in Singapore Broadcasting Corporation, where I
Mm-hmm.
had to work with the Chinese, Japanese, Eurasians, Malay people, all these
Mm-hmm.
people. So Tamil was only Tamil, though I was a Tamilian,
Mm-hmm.
I was given only a small portion of the thing. So I had to learn the languages.
Ah,
So
okay.
that time when I had the flair, I can become a script writer, serial writer, and translations from different languages for teams, and
Oh.
for Canadian Broadcasting Corporation on French,
Mm-hmm.
Australian Broadcasting Corporation on many other languages, trying
Okay.
to impart lot of cultures between Singapore, Malaysia, and Australia. So
Ah,
there was a real need for radio jockeys that point of time in Canadian broadcasting and
I see.
Australian broadcasting. So
Mm-hmm.
that time I had to be a FM radio jockey, and I have played a very big role in that. So languages played a very important role in that.
I
So
see.
Canadian French was very, very important that time actually.
Oh, okay.
And the platform for regional language, that is talking about Indic languages, I know many languages of South and Hindi as well. I know little Bengali, I know little Gujarati, I know all
Okay.
these languages. I'm able to really do well in South because I know each and every dialect. For example, Kannada has got 6 dialects. For example, Kesargod
Huh.
and Bellari Kannada,
Uh-huh.
Belgaum Kannada,
Okay.
Mysore Kannada, Bangalore Kannada.
Ah, okay.
Uh, and the dialects of all this will be Tulu, Konkani, and other
Ach-
languages. So I know all these languages and Malayalam, of course. Tamil is my mother tongue.
Okay.
And yeah, Telugu is my father's base. So I speak very good Telugu as well.
Oh.
And they, of course, Hindi is a very special language because it was second language for me was Hindi in school.
Okay.
And talking about language crave, how did the language crave happen to me in looking at the languages in a different angle? I had carried my resume to one of the biggest Chinese-based company in Singapore.
Okay.
There, it is an advanced gearbox company dealing with lot of vessel clearing ships, motors. They need somebody really who could really administer the vessel clearing legal license. I thought I will play a big role in that thing as a lawyer from India. I took my resume. I when Mr. Choi was a person who threw my resume.
Oh, okay.
He said that you are not a compatible person for Singapore.
Oh, okay.
Because the reason is that they don't recognize Indian degrees and Indian thing, and standard was not so good from India that time. I think today people have realized that internationally we have to have some sort of brand working with the international people.
Oh, yes.
That day it was like that was a language crave. I said I have to learn different languages if I'm going to be a language specialist.
Okay.
Then as a MA in English, I was applying for doctorate degree in National University of Singapore. I got the seat for being a linguist. I have been in Singapore for more than 9 years, and there I did my linguistic postgraduate degree.
I see.
So there I was giving papers related to languages, wherein I was given an option to pick up 3 Scandinavian languages and 5 European languages and 3 Asia Pacific languages.
I see.
The roots and the level of language as a part of learning. This was the topic of my submission of paper.
Okay.
So this had really extended my language crave, and I learned a lot of things. Asia Pacific is one feet, one root.
I see.
European is one root, one feet. Again, when you come to German, you can learn Swedish, Norwegian, Dutch, Danish, everything.
I
The
see.
grammar is the same, the script is the same somewhat, and only the spoken will be a different intonation.
Okay.
So I learned the total basic roots of all these languages.
Okay. Okay.
That is how I was able to really come out very well in my language crave.
Great.
And decisive impact on my resume to one of the Chinese companies made me very, very vigorous in learning different languages.
Okay.
And that is one of the success stories I would say. And
Great.
I would say that I was then transferred to news reading department in regional languages. There I was asked to take up language learning. I have already done French and German in my college days. So it was easy to pick up Chinese and Japanese and Korean for me.
Oh,
the system in Singapore is that they will not put one nationality person. It would be a mix. My neighbor was a Chinese and right side is a Korean. So I was able to really pick up the languages very well.
Okay.
And I did my post-graduation degree and I came back, and then this had given me an option to learn 3 Asia Pacific, 3 Scandinavian, and 1 African and 5 European languages for submitting papers.
Okay.
That is how I started learning different languages. So I started to discover more and more in this, and I've been in the same line for 27 years. And I'm able to do the things very well.
Okay.
And the languages help me grow a lot. Yeah.
Great, great. So that is why you have this foreign language teaching academy, right?
Yes, I have.
It's
There are 9 ladies who are very senior citizens who have traveled in different parts of the world, who has understood the language culture, who has been in the living structure of that particular country by foot. And then they really know what to do, when, where, what, and how things. So these ladies really know right from immigration, right from getting a work permit, right from understanding the rules and regulations of that particular country through consulates. This has helped me, and we have training based on that for different people, because most of the MNCs or asking the executives to travel abroad. They need some survival training as well, and body language concepts and do's and don'ts of that particular country. So we are training a lot of people in voiceover also, because voiceover today has become a very big business according to the industry expectations today.
Okay.
Voiceover in different levels, for becoming a radio jockey, for becoming a documentary reader, for becoming a subtitler and other things, and so many other things. Mimicry artists come here and they really make change of voices. Like a 30 years old woman can replicate a 12 years voice, 12 years girl's voice.
That is interesting. Yes.
Yeah. So that is the way it is. And then things are working as a good, right now the business is only voiceover, not much of technical translations.
Okay. So
And as a lawyer, as I told you, that I am also a lawyer parallelly working for Central Bureau of Investigation on different criminal records verification parallelly, apart from me running the Karthicks.com. I have 88 freelancers working for me in different languages, catering to different requirements of languages.
Okay. So these freelancers are engaged in Indian languages and foreign languages as well, right?
As well, yes. I have taken even Indic languages, because today in India, a lot of voiceover is required for Indic languages also. So some sort of Indian specific voices we are training. Here the international voice over training is different. The Indic languages voice over training is different.
I see. Okay. So what is the difference in that?
Difference is that in Indic languages, we put in a lot of expressions, impressions, expressing a very great value of voice, like for example, determination, for example.
Okay.
So like that, like there are certain voices where really like fluctuations in reading, high and low, high and low, high and low. In Indic languages, it is very important. That is how people really expect to listen.
Okay.
Whereas in a foreign language, it's a blank one. There is no raising intonations at all.
Okay.
In a foreign language, it is a straight learning system. And because why means the words itself has got a graphic impulse in it. Different words in Spanish, Portuguese, Brazilian Portuguese, Latin American Spanish, and so many French and German. When you really do a voiceover, it's so interesting. The words itself take you beautifully.
Okay, yes.
But in Indic languages, it is not like that. Hindi, yes. Hindi, yes. In Hindi, it is possible. So we look at languages of different origin and inside India. So what happens when you really understand this is the requirement, then we start training them in that.
Okay.
A gruff voice, a very, very melody voice, and a voice which is very permanent as a radio jockey. And as you know that radio jockeys are becoming very famous today in all different levels of radio.
That's true.
Thing. So that is very important, because they require a lot of radio jockeys in today's requirement.
Okay.
So many people who wanted to they learn the radio jockey system of approach and other things, but their voices differ. So that is where they fail. So there we come in to help and help them a lot.
Okay. Okay. So that's really wonderful that you are preparing a new generation of radio jockeys altogether.
Exactly. Not only radio jockeys, voiceovers. And anything. And our language abilities are only for niche languages like Spanish in Corrientes, in Corrientes, Com in Chaco. You would have not learnt all these names actually. Mocoit in Chaco. These are the dialects of many major foreign languages. French Brussels, Dutch Flanders.
Okay.
So there is a German speaking community. So they require a lot of voiceover. So we need to, I think if CITLoB can venture out possibilities in certain niche areas where voiceovers and trainings, nowadays the English is known to everybody. They speak broken English. They make you understand what exactly they require. So when that is the case, what happens? Their land and their requirement, when they give it in their language, we have to really replicate it in different languages and come back to them in a voiceover part and then give them back. So that helps them their business relations and trading with other countries.
Okay. Okay.
There are a lot of rich resources in all these areas, especially Guarani in Corrientes.
I see.
And so all these places. So they can really venture out. There must be somebody who can really sit on this who can venture out possibilities, not only in Indic languages. People can say that we are in India, we have no sources for Indic languages. We have to only look at Indic languages. That can be one part. There can always be an empanelment parallelly, looking at all the other factors of the other niche languages.
Okay.
India can then be a top country.
Yes.
We can take the niche languages where even European countries are not able to do that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think definitely CITLoB will, I'm sure if they are hearing, they will definitely do something about it.
Surely. Yeah. So
And
that's how it is. And our areas of expertise in terms of client approach and language operation is Slovene, Czech, Hungarian, Slovak, Roman, Serbian, Slovene, Czech, and Hungarian.
I
Czech
see.
and Hungarian has been very specialized with us. So we are doing a very good service on technical translations for TCS, Infosys, Cognizant Technologies,
Okay.
and many other people who have signed up. Some small private organizations have signed up with all these countries.
Okay.
We definitely take up that part also. So one more thing is that the culture of the organization is that apart from being a linguist, there are many factors where that particular country needs help in several areas of their products and awareness for their work file and also immigration and consulate agreements and other things and industrial applications and approvals. So what happens here is that that is what we have been doing, and then different languages abilities and areas of expertise and culture, and our success stories has been very successful in learning languages.
Okay.
Challenge was very much in interpretation in the initial stages, learning and getting defeated again and again, sprout and learn a different way of learning, failing down and not worried for failures.
Oh, okay.
This
That's the job out, right?
I think many failures have made me very strong. So I'm very strong. I'm a very strong woman.
That's great. That's nice to hear.
Yeah.
And what are your future plans like? So currently you're working with so many things. So what do you have in mind for future?
Well, as a lawyer, you know that I've been in the industry from 27 years, catering to so many requirements legally. And even as a part of language, I think, yes, I'm doing a lot from 27 years. And there was a different requirement from 1997 to 2008. From 2008 to 2019, it was a different requirement, though there were fluctuations in between. From 2019 to present, there is a heavy wave. I could say the requirements have gone very high in terms of languages.
Okay.
There must be somebody who could really guide you better, who knows real language concepts and capabilities.
True.
Wherein the younger generation can take up very patiently and learn things as a strong foundation. For this, I am planning one thing is training voiceover.
Okay.
And I'm looking at a radio wherein I can help from India. I'm open to people who can really partner with me through CITLoB, wherein I can take up this angle in a very positive way, where it can help so many people in building barriers, bridging barriers. I'm sorry, bridging barriers. So
that's what
yeah.
Yeah, I hope you will definitely find a suitable partner who will understand the requirements.
Yes. And in this radio jockey being a radio channel in India only for foreign languages, I have helped the University Grants Commission in Chinese. The requirement was the Chinese had given one particular product for slum area in Chennai.
Okay.
They have to do that product. It is out of the fish. Actually, what the fishing they do in that coastal areas, the main part or the main bone of the fish. That has been used as a wiring for some sort of requirement in China. So that particular wiring configuration is very good for the fishes which has been found in the coastal area of Chennai.
Oh, okay.
So for this, the training was given by Chinese, and there was a radio FM only from UGC to teach Chinese, understand their product names, how to
Okay.
get the products from the different parts of China and things and all. I was the trainer.
Okay.
So these things, after saying all these things, I feel that there can be so many areas of opening, like agriculture, mechanical,
Okay.
automobile,
Mhm.
exchange of ideas,
Hmm.
running a contract through this radio. This can help. This is
Okay.
going to be a very big business in future. That's my opinion.
Sure. And definitely. So we wish you all the best for your
Thank
future.
you. Thank
And
you. Thank you for giving me an opportunity. Thank you very much. I've been really thankful. I hope things work out well in this way. And if there's any help that CITLoB wants me to work on different angles, whatever, in terms of languages, yes, I really welcome them. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening to me patiently. I think I've really explained to you what is necessary.
okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.